What's up, guys? So I'm going to show you some of my favorite moments from some of the Dougsterbob discussion podcast episodes that I do with my friend Barrick. Some of these are just absolutely hilarious, and then some of these are pretty insightful. So let's get right into the video. Chain breaking stuff is a pain.
Oh yeah, especially when that pin falls out.
Yeah, some guy messaged me. So here's a little tip. He said it was on my chains video. He's like, "Bro, what do you do when you accidentally pop this pin out all the way?" It's like, cry.
Needle nose pliers and a hammer.
Yeah, so you don't smack your finger. Yeah, so what would you do?
God, I'd like lay it on the ground and like get the pliers and just barely hover it.
Hold the pin with the pliers. Line
like
it up
slightly
in the
tap it into the hole and then just pull it apart. Or like it gets in there a little, kind of sticks past the link a little bit.
But you want to have that bottom link in there, because if you do it without the bottom link, it'll bend the outside links.
Yes.
And then
chains are lots of patience.
So the other thing you could do is, if you don't have needle nose pliers, is use your don't use your fingers. I'm just kidding.
Use a friend's fingers.
Friend's fingers. Hey Barrick, can you come help me build a wheel and put this chain on? Is you could just cut off an extra link and leave that. Make sure you leave that pin out, and then you'd have to cut off 2 extra links from your other chain or your extra piece. Right?
Yeah.
And then put it together that way, but then you're doing 2 different connections, and that's a big headache.
Oh, yeah.
That probably didn't make any sense.
It'll make sense in the future video. Yeah, because I had to do it a million times.
You had to?
Yeah. Because it's always like, well, the pin, it's not out yet. A little more turn, and then boom. It's like,
just shoots across the room.
Just like,
dude, it's almost midnight. But he is genuinely badass. Like, that's not a title you can really give to many people. Like, I'm scared of spiders. Like, we opened that outlet, I jumped like 4 feet. Don't tell anyone. But so I don't get that title. Like, absolutely not. But Morgan deserves it. He'd pull out a gun, he'd pop the spider and carry on. But the other thing though, because with that, a lot of that mojo, I guess, comes off like they're really cocky in turn, but Morgan's not at all.
Oh, he's always laughing,
so humble and happy. Point is, some shops for our industry should not be around. Somebody getting kidnapped?
I think it's a cat fight.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I don't think this is insensitive to say, but I've touched on this a lot, is that it's like they feel entitled to get support from BMX riders, but that's not like the world right now, because of social media and the pivot is like, we're in a giving economy. Is like, for example, the bike recommendations I do, right? Do the bike recommendations. That's it. Like, I don't ask for anything. I have a donation link on them.
Yeah.
And it is a cat fight. Bro, these cats are going at it. What the fuck?
Is it 2 cats?
I hope it's not like 50.
Just come rushing at us.
Like, okay, but with the recommendation links, like, it's a giving economy and people appreciate it. Everyone's giving stuff for free right now. Yeah. And to feel entitled in a retail aspect, it's like, you're not. There's people much, much, much better than you online. So like, why would I go to Ride On, for example, deal with that guy that's really rude?
Yeah.
Buy a bike from them online so they can mark it up. I can wait for it, right? If I could just Empire, you love Empire.
Yes.
Order it from Empire.
Yeah.
You're actually supporting a BMX shop, and like, your local shop doesn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, they care that you didn't buy it from them, but that's all they care about, and that's very selfish.
Yeah.
I think. And with the giving economy, like, people hit that donation link and just donate because they appreciate it. And it's like, I know if I charge for something like that, like I would not get any money from it.
Oh yeah.
So instead of just give it to people, and if they feel like they owe you something, then they do, and they will. And like, it'd be interesting to see if shops are able to figure that out and pivot that way. I don't know how you do it where you actually carry goods though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of. Sam Taku, a different shameless plug. It was like this one
Fitment
YouTuber.
Industries.
No, this one YouTuber said something like, yeah, the reason I don't tell people to subscribe is like, if you like my content, like you're going to subscribe regardless.
Yeah.
Like it's just stupid for me to tell you to subscribe because then you're not going to want to.
Yeah.
But someday you'll just be like, I like this content. I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to help out this YouTuber. So I feel like that's kind of what.
I subscribe to channels that have given me value with no expectations.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? That was good. That was secret. Like that was good information. And you didn't like some people, they'll have it throughout their video pop up with the like button.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, get that the fuck off my screen.
Or in the middle, it's like, don't forget to smash that like button.
I'm going to smash the dislike.
It's like, bro, I'm on my TV. I'm not using my remote to
smash. Sue the guy for the broken TV. So anyway, guys, don't forget. No, I'm just kidding. Speaking of which, okay, so shops versus online, I guess we kind of beat the dead horse with that because I've talked about that a lot recently because it's an interesting topic to me because BMX is growing so much and there's a lot of debate. I genuinely think, mark my words, guys, something is going to do to BMX shops like Amazon did to bookshops.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is, but this is what I've noticed. Like Amazon came around, said, you don't need bookshops. Like, look, just buy it from us. Boom, 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 boom. Easy. And then bookshops were like, oh, this sucks. But they had that opportunity too a long time ago.
Yeah.
And they didn't jump on it. So bike shops have an opportunity right now to figure something out and do something. And they're not jumping on it. So somebody else is going to whack the bike shops. You like we heard people don't work on their bike. I think truing wheels or building wheels is something that you'd pay a bike shop an abnormally high price for.
I promise you, it's really easy to build and true a wheel.
Ship your spokes to BMX and Barrick, and he will build. No, the only time I build a wheel is when I say, "Hey Barrick, can you build this wheel for me?" And he does. So find a good friend who can true wheels. But you learned off like YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah. It's almost like to be at a certain level, you have to have like really short patience, whether it be with yourself. And like, I'm sure he was very disappointed in himself in that moment. Like, he's like, dude, I know I could do better. Like, I'm so pissed. And then also having your short patience with other people. Like, you have to be really strict about your discipline, I guess is a good word. And, but you can't be a crybaby.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I feel like BMX should just be nothing but fun. It's like, you know what? I gave it my all. Somebody did better than me. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you could go, but in a sense, like, riders, the structure is almost, to me, really messed up. Is like, I'm sure he gets paid regardless, right? By free agent. He's on Red Bull, so he makes good money.
Oh, yeah.
But you make gooder money when you win contests.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot riding on that, which is crazy because, like, they deserve it for sure because they're essentially risking their health and things like that to put it all on the line. But it's that extrinsic motivation again. It's like it's the holding a carrot above their head is like, if you win this contest, you get this carrot, and that not getting the carrot pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah,
it's like your job holds a bonus above you if you do X, Y, and Z, and you're like, oh, and then it doesn't happen. You're like, whoa. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's one thing I loved about Levi's. Is I think they were one of like the only brands to do health insurance for their riders.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, you guys are risking all your shit for us.
Yeah.
So we're going to make sure you guys are like covered because we don't want to be like, here's a $500 paycheck. Yeah. Hope that fixes your $10,000 to $1,000 dental bill, Morgan.
Well, like private health insurance, I think is like $400 to $500 a month on its own. Yeah. Like if I went right now and tried to get insurance, that's how much it would be. So that's crazy. And it's technically illegal to not have insurance. Yeah. So, no, that's really good of them.
Wow.
And probably a reason they said, oh, our BMX program's way too expensive. They're still a brand, right? Levi's.
Oh yeah, they still make jeans.
Oh, I was gonna say you got Levi's, but you got Tommy Hilfiger.
These are Airwalk. I don't know. I'd go to Ross for jeans. They're cheap.
Whatever
they
you
get the job done.
Yeah, amen. You're not extrinsically motivated.
I'm not motivated. We covered that on the last podcast.
What's motivation? I met Kevin when I first started riding. I was living with my mom at the time, and I was literally just getting into BMX. I thought I was good. I was definitely not good, but I thought I was good. So that's very important, have confidence when you're young and stupid. And they did a BMX thing at the park, and I said, I ride BMX. This is cool. So I'm going to go ride BMX. Like, that's what I thought. I thought, I'm going to go ride this box jump with these guys that are coming. And I think it was a religious thing that their family was doing, but it was like Kevin and probably David and a few other good riders. He did this huge Superman seat grab, like stupid extended over the sketchy box jump. And I was like, oh, I am not good. And so that's when I learned I was not a good rider. And Kevin's just insane. And so anyway, being around Tucson, like I was able to ride with him a handful of times. And the craziest thing for me is just like how positive he is. And just, I don't know, good vibes. Like Barrick talked about him always smiling.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, what made me kind of, I guess, fall in love with him.
Whoa.
Kevin DM me. So it was, I know it was X Games at Minneapolis, I think.
Yeah.
So, not trying to fire shots at anybody.
but Daniel Sandoval's crybaby.
More or less. We want to be quick about it. So Daniel Sandoval, I mean, good rider, had kind of a crappy run. I forgot what he messed up on. Like he slipped pedals, but he like threw a world-class hissy fit, was like throwing his bike, sat down, was like, meh. And I was like, that's kind of lame. Like, whatever, kind of understand it. And then Kevin, like nowhere near the podium. I think he was like in 8th, but they're like, this is the only rider that could upset the podium. So he drops in, does like one trick, and then like immediately gets a flat.
No.
He flies out and he's like, oh, thank you. I'm just happy to be here. Like, I love you guys. But he was like smiling and just positive about everything.
He's
just
like having a good time.
That's what BMX should be about.
I just got to genuinely thank them. Just say,
Stop being an asshole about it.
Say thank you. Thank him for me. Say, okay. Talk about the lighting. No drugs were used in the making of this video.
But beforehand, just kidding, don't do drugs. Stay in school. Other inspirational things. Wear a condom so you don't have kids like us. But on a serious note, hopefully.
All right, so if you liked any of those podcast clips, I'm going to pop up 2 of my favorite full-length episodes here on the end screen. Don't forget to check those out. But if you want to be really involved with the podcast, every single Tuesday, a new episode goes out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and just anywhere that podcasts go. And then every Wednesday, I drop the video version of the podcast so that you can watch us. And it's a little more entertaining that way. So don't forget to check those 2 podcasts out and stay tuned when I drop new episodes. Have a good rest of your day.